Iran is now threatening to attack U.S. and Israeli universities, calling them legitimate targets after blaming both countries for attacking a school in Tehran. This is the latest threat on intellectual and informational infrastructure from Iran. One such suspected attack targeting FBI Director Kash Patel, the so-called Handala hack team, suspected of being part of Iran's cyber warfare arm, is claiming responsibility for hacking Patel's personal email while leaking photos of him and his resume. The self-identified pro-Palestinian vigilante hacker group has also targeted other U.S. officials and defense industry companies. Joining me now, Bob Kolasky, Senior Vice President at Exiger, an AI supply chain company. He's also the former Assistant Director for the Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency within the Department of Homeland Security. Bob, it's good to see you.
Good to be with you, Alex.
All right, so an Iranian-linked group, they're the ones claiming responsibility for hacking FBI director's email. What's happening right now behind the scenes now that this information has been widely published? And how concerned are you that these hackers were able to do this?
So I think behind the scenes is continuing to look at ways to cause chaos using photos like you're showing right now on the screen. This is an example of the proxies working on behalf and associated with the Iranian government, sending a message that they have information that could be embarrassing right now. So how much more information they have, can they tie any of this information to anything that's particularly operationally relevant? There's no signs yet they have done that, but that's something that needs to be concerned about. And so I think on the U.S. government side, trying to make sure that we understand what the U.S. government understands what information might have been taken from the FBI director. But it's certainly something that is embarrassing at the least, and is a symbol of the chaos that the Iranians and those associated with the Iranians, I think, are going to continue to intend to cause.
Yeah, I guess what I meant by behind the scenes is what exactly is the Department of Homeland Security doing to tighten up their protocols and their safeguards? I mean, surely they must be kicking into action in this very moment, right?
Yeah, I mean, these are protocols of somebody who works for the government, the FBI director, it's his personal email. So what's happening behind the scenes is tightening, to use your phrase, tightening of all senior officials and, putting out guidance and having security officers work with principals to make sure that their own personal systems are protected as well. And that should be happening at the corporate level as well. It is not going to be surprising that the Iranians are going to go after people who might have sensitive information or people who, by hacking them, might cause some embarrassment. And so it's really about, this isn't about the government systems being invulnerable. It's about personal accounts of people who work for the government or other executives being potentially vulnerable, and you got to tighten your personal protocols, security protocols, and then be checking on what information could be potentially leaked.
Is there any sense, you think, from our government officials that we got away with something? I mean, for all I can see, this is just Kash Patel in his younger days smoking cigars and, just being a young guy. Or perhaps do you think that they really did get sensitive materials and information as part of this hack and they just haven't let on that they have it?
Your question is sense of government officials. This is not anyone that got away with anything. I would not assume that if I'm in the government right now, I am not assuming this is the only thing that they perhaps did, right? So this is a sense of some of what their intent and capability might be, the Iranian cyber-aligned organizations, but there's no sense of relief that this is all that's been publicized. And there's certainly information going on. There's certainly work going on right now to do the forensics to see if there could be more sensitive information than embarrassing photos.
Yeah, is this just the beginning when it comes to cyber warfare with Iran and its proxies, so to speak? Do you think that there is more to come?
Cyber is part of the war plan for the Iranians and for probably every country at this point. The good news is that in listening to the FBI so far, the FBI and the U.S. government in Israel has degraded significantly Iranians' offensive cyber capabilities. So their direct cyber offensive capabilities that you might consider as part of the warfighting apparatus. I heard the statistic last week that only 4% of the infrastructure of Iranians' IRGC cyber operations is still in place. Whether that number is correct or not, it's a significant degradation of the capability. Yeah. But that does not mean that other affiliate organizations handle, in this case, and other affiliated organizations won't be looking to cause harm. And cyber and information warfare is certainly part of the Iranian playbook.
All right, Bob Kolasky, thank you very much. Coming up, the Iran